Prime's exclusive wildcard playoff game is Saturday night. Jordan Love and the Packers take on Caleb Williams and the Bears. Not a Prime member? Sign up for a 30-day free trial to stream the game.
That's going to be caught for the touchdown.
NFC North rivals square off in the latest chapter of the NFL's oldest feud. The Packers and Bears in Prime's exclusive wildcard playoff game. Saturday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Only on Prime. Sign up for a 30-day free trial today. Restrictions apply. See Amazon.com/Amazon Prime for details.
Why do growing businesses love working in Slack? Let's ask Christy at Ari Bikes.
Running things in Slack saves me so much time.
AI summaries save 97 minutes per week. What say you, Rox from Gosney?
Slack helps us build community, it helps us build connection.
Your partners, vendors and customers all in one place. Take us on home, Ashley from Caraway.
If we didn't have Slack tomorrow, I would explode.
Well, let's not let that happen. Visit slack.com/podcast to get 50% off Slack Business Plus.
Does it ever feel like you're a marketing professional just speaking into the void? But with LinkedIn ads, you can know you're reaching the right decision makers, a network of 130 million of them, in fact. You can even target buyers by job title, industry, company, seniority, skills, and did I say job title? See how you can avoid the void and reach the right buyers with LinkedIn ads. Spend $250 on your first campaign and get a free $250 credit for the next one. Get started at linkedin.com/campaign. Terms and conditions apply.
Good morning, Crust. It's a great day to be a bread brother.
Ugh, mornings are not my jam. Or jelly.
Oh, come on. Stop loafing around.
I just woke up feeling hollow inside.
Psst, just grab one of the new Morning Uncrustables sandwiches, like Bright Eyed Berry or Up and Apple, filled with 12 grams of protein and tons of deliciousness. Crust, what are you eating?
It's just granola, not even yogurt.
No crust, no fuss. Uncrust your mornings.
It's Deprogram, the podcast where we try to get you into a band. That's right. We've done all the work for you. All you have to do is press play and listen. And my name is Justin. You could call me Band Curious because I like to talk to my friends about reasons why they're into bands. In today's band, we are talking about Big Black. And I believe, John, this got bumped up the list. You know, the reason was twofold. You know, a lot of times we do things for quick turnaround, like just because there wasn't a lot of music. But I think it kind of came up in conversation when we had lost Steve Albini. So talk to me about Big Black and why you felt like we should. Is this like one of the ones you put on your initial list?
I don't think so. I think this was a little more recent, but I'd always just thought that you guys had already done it because I know you're a big Albini guy. Like we always talk about. Like I think the third episode I was ever on was Shellac.
Yeah.
That we talked about and we go back and forth like, oh, you know, I didn't know you were a big Shellac guy, and we talked about it. And like ever since, it's been like, oh yeah, of course. And, like the album came out, fantastic. And then when Steve passed, I was thinking about it, and I was like, oh yeah, like I don't think like obviously there's other bands that he was a part of that probably don't have enough material, but I bet Big Black they had 3 or 4 records. I bet we could do that. So I looked, and it hadn't been done. So I was like, and I think I'd asked you, I was like, oh, are you familiar with them? And you were like, yeah, I'm not really. So part of it was like to get this other one of his bands on your radar to see what you think, because it's a different vibe than Shellac and a lot of other stuff that was going on at the time. But yeah, they're just they're one of those bands that, like, I think they were in Our Band Could Be Your Life, and that got them a little bit, but they're always kind of forgotten about when you talk about those like early 80s underground bands. People just kind of don't talk about them as much as they do with like Dinosaur Jr. and Minor Threat and the Minutemen and, you know, Black Flag and all these other bands. But they were just as important to the music that they were in. Like so many bands influenced by Big Black, like that industrial thing that they were doing and just the abrasiveness, and talk about, you know, Mets, which we did, like we've talked about, like Mets goes back to Big Black as well. Like see their DNA and a lot of stuff.
Yeah, that's crazy. Is the second you said that clicked. Like it didn't click until literally just then. So again, I love these conversations because stuff like that kind of escapes my mind. Like my initial thought was that industrial thing. Like my initial thought was, you know, I could see the connective tissue to like how he would produce Nirvana. The second you said it, I was like, oh yeah, Mets. I mean, you know, that's not that far of a jump, but I guess to that point, you know, bringing up Mets, and we talked about Albini, you know, several times, Andrew, like is it really that direct? Like, is it just that simple? Big Black, Albini, Mets, you're just a fan?
So the thing with this band, like I've always been an Albini fan, and I've always, but more so with what he does as like a curator, like with other bands when he produces their music. And like I've been familiar with Big Black, and I've listened to Big Black, but it's always been more just like in passing. And when I had seen Big Black on the list, I was like, oh fuck yeah, like Albini band. I'll you know, I like the songs that I've heard by Big Black. You know, I'll give it a go. So then we do the deep dive. And if I'm being completely honest, the deep dive on this band was difficult. I had a hard time. The music
it's challenging music, yeah.
It is very hard to listen to for 2 hours a day for 2 weeks straight. Like just going through the discography and trimming and thinning and trying to get it down. And like these, like there is, I know I'm not selling it, but like there are no hooks.
No.
Like there's a couple hooks. Like, you know, it's just like so anti music, and you know, that's exactly what I would have been looking for 20 years ago. It like, yeah, it was challenging. I got 20 and all 20 of my songs I do enjoy. There's probably 10 to 12 songs on my list that I love. Like they're great songs. Goddamn, like 70 or whatever, how many songs there was. I can't remember how many songs there was in the discography, but it was tough. It's abrasive, man. Like it ain't pretty. Like lyrically, musically, it is ugly. It is like, you know, getting a good hard look at everything that's bad about society and humanity.
You know, abrasive was the word that was coming to my mind, like as you were talking. I was like, yes, abrasiveness. At the risk of sounding naive, John, I'd almost kind of what we know about Steve by design, the abrasiveness.
Yeah, I think, and part of it too is just wanting to just put the middle finger at everything around you, just for the hell of it, right? Like you think of this was happening in the early '80s, and like, yes, there was underground music, but also there's Duran Duran and John Cougar Mellencamp and Prince and like Michael Jackson and all this stuff. It's so weird that this is happening at the same time as that stuff. Like, and he was so like detached, like being in Chicago, and like talk about, you know, Minor Threat to DC, like they had a whole scene of bands there. Black Flag in LA, a whole ton of bands, and like at Albini was kind of like there weren't a lot of other bands doing this, if at all. Like European bands, maybe like post-punk bands, but like he had to find the guy from Naked Ray Gun, Jeff Pizzati, and just like had to put this thing together like with a drum machine to be like, and for him to have this vision in 1981 to be like, yeah, I'm gonna be the hardest, darkest thing going when all this other stuff is happening. I think even people who like punk, like hardcore kids or punk rock kids who live by that early 80s stuff, you play Big Black, it's like, nah, it's a little too much for me. Like you have to have like a really patient ear, and you have to really like sit with this stuff to get like what he's really going for, because it is not meant for like popular mass appeal. It gets real dark.
I guess to that point, like to further Andrew's point, for something like this, like theoretically, absolutely not designed for this. But talk about, how you plucked out your 20 for this one, John. Like, is there a different approach knowing that that this is very different?
Yeah, I mean, I probably had 4 or 5 that I knew, okay, like those are the quintessential Big Black songs that I know need to be on there. But then, like a lot of the stuff I'd heard of, you'd be somewhere and I would hear one of their records, but I didn't own a lot of their stuff for a long time. Like, I'm back and like, okay, let me like sit down with Atomizer and just listen to it. Like, just digging in and like finding out what, like trying to find the most, like what would turn into like what he would do with, Great Man and Shellac and things like that, where that stuff, that's kind of what it is when you get these early like seminal bands. You want to see what they were doing that led to what happened later. Like, give me the thing that unlocked the next thing.
So,
but also just like give me the most abrasive, the most like fuck you, like, yeah, that's what we do on this as well.
So Andrew, you already talked about, it being abrasive and hard to do, like the 2 hours to listen to it and kind of whittle down. Talk to me about that process. Like what did you gravitate towards? What ended up making on your list?
So the full length and a couple of the EPs were what I got into the most. Like I think there's a couple EPs that I don't have a single song off of, but then there's one that I have every song off of too, or almost every song. I feel like I enjoyed the later stuff better because I think it did have, that is where you start to see a little bit of hooks and musicality and just something that's gonna be memorable about a song, something like an earworm,
Mm-hmm.
Whereas, if you go back to like Lungs, there's no earworms. It's just like droning repetition, like guitar riffs that you can't tell what note they're playing because the guitar tone is just like, sounds like someone's like rattling like a sheet pan or something. Like, it's so tinny and like but yeah, no, I feel like a lot of the musicality starts to kind of shine through the further they got on. And then, as soon as they, I feel like as soon as they put out a record that had like more memorable like songs, individual songs that you can, distinguish from one another, I think that's when they just kind of gave up and were like, all right, we're done. Fuck it. we've gone too far. Like we've got like a little bit catchy here, and I think, I feel like that's probably why I don't really know their history, but I feel like that's probably why they threw in the towel. They were like, oh, we've accomplished what we wanted to accomplish. And then obviously he went on to, do Shellac, all the work that he did, all the great work that he did.
So my time with this band was very similar to how you just explained it, Andrew. Like I definitely gravitated towards songs about fucking the most, like easily. There was definitely stuff early on that I enjoyed that I was able to kind of latch on to. I use that kind of loosely, but I think the thing that kind of makes those early things click into place now for me is the part that I didn't know was the 1981 part. I think that does change how I view, I'll have to see like in a future listening to some of these things if it changes how I hear the songs, but it does change how I feel about them, how I think about them, because knowing that that's happening, for some reason I had it, late 90s or late 80s, early 90s, like I had it tighter grouped with, because I don't know the timeline. Rape Man's after this, and then Shellac's after that. For some reason, I had it tighter packed, knowing that this is happening, like John said earlier, underneath Prince and Michael Jackson and all that other stuff in the 80s, definitely makes me understand what is happening there in those early things a little bit more. But I think ultimately my list kind of shakes out the same way you were describing, Andrew. I think I did try to take something from everything, but I think Songs About Fucking had a lot on First Pass. I think there was an EP that had everything at one point. I think I had a good dose of Atomizer as well initially on First Pass. But I tried not to overthink it because for two reasons. This is music that you shouldn't overthink. You have to sit with it, but you shouldn't overthink it. So like I tried not to overthink the cuts. I tried to go with, first gut instinct on the first pass and then second gut instinct on the second pass, and kind of came out with 20 that this list is only 48 songs. So it's possible that, we could just knock it out of the park. I don't know, John. Like it does sound like we're all saying kind of different things, and we all kind of took in the band. Andrew and I kind of took it in the same way. But how do you think that affects for the final say? Like what gets through unanimously? What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think the math is there. To hear with 48 songs to be like, okay, the three of us we're gonna have some overlap. But with a band like this, it's different because it's so like it's almost like outsider music, right? It's so abrasive and so it's not like pop music where you're listening for like the hooks, like Andrew said, they do appear later, but few and far between. That's not what this is about. So I don't think we're gonna hit a huge number. I'm gonna say 5.
Okay. Yeah, I mean 5's respectable. What do you think, Andrew?
Yeah, I just where it's all kind of so like all over the place. I think we could end up with a lot of like differing lists. I don't know. I am going to go one higher. I'll go 6.
Okay. Very respectable, because it feels like this is a band that could go either way. This feels like it could be a complete disaster. Like we could get like almost nothing. Like we somehow all managed to find 3 different corners of the discography. Or it could be, I just mentioned, don't overthink. Maybe all three of us didn't overthink and we just knock it out of the park. You guys covered the middle pretty well. So I'm going to err on the side of positivity. And I'm going to go with 8. That gives me a little wiggle room over Andrew. And as I mentioned, I don't know, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. All right, we're going to take a quick pause, and when we come back, we're going to play the game, Jack. It's the program.
This episode is brought to you by Dead Man's Wire, the new film from Roquet Entertainment. Dead Man's Wire is the incredible true story of the 1977 kidnapping that turned an aspiring entrepreneur into an outlaw folk hero. Directed by legendary filmmaker Gus Van Sant, Dead Man's Wire stars Bill Skarsgård, Dacre Montgomery, Carrie Elways, and Myha'la, with Coleman Domingo and Al Pacino. In select theaters January 9th, everywhere January 16th.
New Year, same extra value meals at McDonald's. So now get 2 snack wraps, plus fries, and a medium soft drink for just $8.
For limited time only. Prices and participation may vary. Prices may be higher in Hawaii, Alaska, and California, and for delivery.
And with that, the name of the game is Deprogram. The three of us have combed through the Big Black discography and plucked out 20 songs that we are now going to mash together in an attempt to create a top 10 starter kit for you, in case you have never given Big Black the time of day. Here's something I failed to say, I meant to say several times. And I want to say it here because I feel like this needs to be said into a microphone. The biggest problem you already solved for me, John, is that tidbit about 1981. Because I feel like going into this, and you didn't do this, but like people prior, have done this to me. Like when we've talked about shellac and have said, well, wait till you hear Big Black. Oh my God, it's going to blow your mind. And I guess technically it did, but not in the way they're thinking, because Big Black doesn't really hit the sensibilities that shellac hits for me. So I think people saying Big Black is going to blow your mind doesn't do what you think it's going to do. I think you just if you let them listen to it without anything, I think it does the band a lot more justice. So that said, I always like when a band does the thing, and I'm going to do the thing. How about Steelworker?
No, I don't have it.
No.
Oh, all right. I like getting set up with, okay, I know what's going on here. So Steelworker is a no. John?
All right. Let's go with Jordan, Minnesota.
Yes.
Yeah, I got it.
I don't even know.
That one.
Yeah, I don't even know what to say, as far as, I didn't expect that one, because I don't know which ones to expect. I have no idea which ones are going to hit. Usually I have kind of a sense of, oh yeah, this is kind of one of the ones. All right. Boom, boom, boom. Jordan, Minnesota is in. Come on, computer, keep up with me. Andrew. Too many A names.
I'm going to go with one off one of the early ones, Bulldozer.
Did you say Texas?
Texas, yeah.
I got it.
I do not.
All right, we'll take that 2 there. 2s are invaluable on a panel like this. Well, I say that. We're only one round through. Who knows? All right. So we've kind of covered a couple things here. Lungs, Bulldozer, Atomizer. I'll move on to Racer X, and I'll take the title track. How about Racer X?
I do not have that one.
I do.
Yeah, all right.
That's how I mentioned there's an EP that I have every song off of except for one. The
I had a
one
feeling that
song
was the one you were thinking of. Yeah.
I think I don't have on Racer X.
All right. I mean, that's good to know.
It was a late cut
forward.
too. It was a late cut. I think the reason I cut it was because I was like, damn, I can't have a whole album on my list. I gotta get one off.
Yeah.
And try to like spread it out a bit.
All right. We'll take a 2 there though. Twos are good. John.
Let's stick with the track ones. How about The Power of Independent Trucking?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Hey. There we go. You know, I don't want to like belabor this point, but like by the time we're getting there, like this is where all the tough ones are because, you know, I think you said it perfectly, Andrew, like the musicality is starting to kick in. And it's like, I understand that that's not what they're going for, but that's also what I'm going to be drawn to. Like,
So musicality is in quotes there.
yes, for sure. Like, the semblance of songs, you know, like it's musicality in quotes, as you mentioned, while still doing what they were doing. So maybe
in the sense that there's a verse and a chorus.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. Semblance of song. There we go. All right. Boom. The Power of Independent Trucking is in. Andrew.
I'm gonna stay on songs about fucking and go with Bad Penny.
No.
No. Unfortunately.
Oof.
Yeah, I know.
Damn, I thought that one would be a slam dunk.
Just goes to show you, man. Like I just don't know where they are on this band.
Yeah, throats.
All right. Wait, this one is in 1, 2, 3, and so is this one. 1, 2, 3. Trot out a Bulldozer track. How about Cables?
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
Hey. All right. That's another track 1, isn't it? Not purposefully, mind you. I did not pick all the track 1s purposefully, but I'll be damned. They sure seem to do those well. All right, Cables is in. John?
All right, how about back to Lungs? Let's go with Dead Billy.
Yeah, I got it.
No. 2s are good. 2s are good. All right. Andrew?
Go back to Racer X with Shotgun.
Yes.
Yes.
Hey. And just like that, we're at 4. Still pretty early on. Like I said, this could go either way, couldn't it? All right. Shift this. Shotgun is in. I'll try another Lungs track. How about I Can Be Killed?
I do not have that one.
Oh.
0 for 2 on my my Lungs picks. All right. John?
The Ugly American.
Yes.
Racer X.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah. All right. Ugly American is in, and just like that, sitting at John's 5 with a reasonable amount of gameplay left. Andrew?
Let's go with Kerosene from Atomizer.
That must have been a late pick because I wanted to say yes like immediately, but I don't.
I've got it.
Hey. There we go. 2-2. Let's see. I'll try this one. How about Grinder?
Nope.
No.
Okay. Oof. I am there's like no in between for me, it seems. All right, John?
How about Fish Fry?
Yes.
No, I don't have that.
I'll take a 2 there.
Actually, when you said that, I was like thinking to myself, they have a song called King Fish Fry?
They do.
They do indeed.
Yeah.
They do indeed. We'll take a 2 there, and I think we just cleared NTP. Yep. All right, Andrew?
Let's see. Seth.
Oh, no.
Say it again, sorry.
Seth from Bulldozer.
Seth from Bulldozer.
Yeah.
I was listening to that one just before we went on, and as always, I wanted to find a place for it, but who wants to do the last minute work like that? It's rare. All right, let me give a count of what I got left here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, we got a couple more rounds in us, I think.
Yeah.
Let me try. How about L period Dopa?
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
Hey. There we go. I feel bad because now John officially loses again, but...
No, we're fine. I've actually won a couple recently. I'm doing all right.
Yeah, I feel like you've evened out this.
Yeah.
Well, we're recording this in 2025, but this comes out in 2026. So. All right, let me scoot this up to the top. I think I forgot one. Yeah, I did. That's all right. Il Dopa is in. How about John?
All right. Still got a couple ones from Lungs. So let's try Crack.
No.
I don't have it, but if somebody clip that one out, let's try Crack.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta go with it.
Yep. All right. Andrew.
I feel like we still got a couple slam dunks on songs about fucking. Go with Colombian Necktie.
Yes.
No, that was late.
I'll take a 2 there. We got ourselves a bit of a conversation going forward. Let's test that theory. How about from songs about fucking as well, The Model?
Yes.
No.
Wow, okay.
Those are the two that I thought were going to be slam dunks.
All right. Are there slam dunks with this band?
Right.
Yeah, all right. We'll get those 2s shuffled out. And John.
Right, I'll stick on that record. How about Kitty Empire?
No.
No, I don't have it.
All right. Andrew?
From Atomizer, Passing Complexion.
Yes.
No.
John playing spoiler. All right. I'll stay on Atomizer. How
It's
about
2026. It's a new year. I'm doing different things.
I'll stay on Atomizer. How about Strange Things?
Nah, I don't have that one.
No.
And again, the nowhere in between. At least on the ones I'm putting forward. All right. John?
All right. I feel like we did pretty good on Racer X, so let's go back to that. How about Sleep?
No.
Yeah, I got it.
It's like one of the few I don't have off of Racer X.
I knew Andrew was going to have it.
Yeah.
You got to play the odds. Yeah. All right. Andrew?
Stay on Racer X, Deep Six.
It's the other one I don't have.
I got it.
Hey. There you go. Take the 2 there. Now this conversation's looking hairy. We had all these ones in here, but now the conversation's looking rough. And I think we're getting to that time. One. I already did that one. Yeah, I only have 3 left.
That's 6.
I got 4.
All right. I'll just start at the top then. How about Rip from Lungs?
Yeah, I got it.
Hey.
Yeah, me too.
Hey. I mean, again, it's hard to say I didn't expect it because I don't think I really expected any of them. But getting one here this late in the game, I did not expect. Boom. All right. How about Pigeon Kill?
Nah, Lake Cut.
I do have that one.
All right. Take a 2 there. And last but not least, off of Bulldozer as well, I'm a Mess.
No.
No.
Oh, shoot. I'm sorry. I have one more. I'll take that one. Off of Racer X, The Big Payback.
Yeah, I got it.
No.
All right. That means we are going to round out with 7, which means none of us are going to win, which means we've got to work our way to 10. Let me shift this around. I think we cleared a couple of yours out there, John. You should only have a couple left, right?
Yeah, I still got 4. I got Stinking Drunk.
Yeah, I got it.
Hey.
Okay. I got Ready Man.
No.
I got Heartbeats.
No.
And my last one is Ergo. Or Ergot.
That is also my last one.
Hey. All right. So that means we don't need another dump out. Ergot will get her done.
We got a lot of 2s.
We got a lot of 2s. Which
like,
is...
looking at my list, I've got 11 that I 2'd on.
That's crazy. So let me run down these 7 that we got in. We've got everything pretty well covered too. So we've got Jordan, Minnesota, The Power of Independent Trucking, Cables, Shotgun, The Ugly American, El Dopa, and Rip. So we've got 3 spots. I'll run it right down. Texas, Racer X, Dead Billy, Kerosene, Fish Fry, Colombian Necktie, The Model, Passing Complexion, Sleep, Deep Six, Pigeon Kill, The Big Payback, Stinking Drunk, and Ergot. So we get 3 of those. Let me see. We've got 2 from Racer X already and 2 from Songs About Fucking. I don't know if that is going to weigh in here at all. But is there anything kind of jumping out at you immediately, John?
Yeah, I think Dead Billy, even though we have Rip from Lungs, I would say Dead Billy and Kerosene would be the first 2 that jump out.
Let's see. I mean, I was the odd man out there. If you're in agreement, Andrew, you've got both of those. We can put both.
Yeah,
of those
I was gonna say Kerosene, Colombian Necktie, and probably Dead Billy, to be honest.
All right. So I mean, do we just?
I can live with that.
Yeah, let's just do that. Let's make this simple. Because that's 2 that I was out on and 1 that John was out on. So let's.
I think Kerosene was a quote unquote single. Like, I think they had a music video for that. So I think they felt like that was a strong song of theirs. Or maybe the opposite. Maybe they just wanted to subject people to something horrible.
Right. Okay.
Who knows? All right, so we're at 10. Let's run this down real quick, and then we'll crank up the heat and try to figure this out. Jordan, Minnesota, The Power of Independent Trucking, Cables, Shotgun, The Ugly American, El Dopa, Rip, Dead Billy, Kerosene, Colombian Necktie. John, this feels like... I honestly don't have anything going in the clubhouse. What do you think is the one here?
Yeah, there's a couple. I mean, let's be honest. None of these songs are going to get picked in at the end of these. We kind of have free reign to do whatever we want here. I love Kerosene. It's one of my favorite songs of theirs. But I think Jordan, Minnesota is like the Big Black song.
Okay. I mean, it was the first one we got all the way through. Andrew, do you agree? Jordan, Minnesota?
Yeah, I would have gone that or Power of Independent Trucking, one of those 2, or Kerosene. Yeah, I'm good with any of those.
Let's make it simple. Let's go with Jordan, Minnesota. We'll agree with the guy who knows.
Yeah,
the 2 of us kind of came into them. So Jordan, Minnesota is going to be our number 1. Let me get that up and running underneath us, and then we'll wrap her on up. Again, Jordan, Minnesota is our number 1. The Power of Independent Trucking, Cables, Shotgun, The Ugly American, El Dopa, Rip, Dead Billy, Kerosene, Colombian Necktie round out our 10. Why is this playing the wrong song? Don't do that. Play the right one. There you go. Jordan, Minnesota. Let's let Jordan, Minnesota get a moment in the sun.
Nothing like a song about Gulf Station.
Yeah.
There we go. We have done it. Maybe. Maybe we've turned you. I mean, this is for a very specific subset of people. Like, I feel like maybe we didn't upsell, but I also feel like Steve wouldn't want us to. Like, I don't know if that... Like, I love this for what it is. And if you can accept a band for what the band is, just give this a go. It's 2 hours, 12 minutes. As Andrew said, I probably wouldn't intake all of it at the same time. Start with 1 and see how you feel, and then take the rest in. Or the whole purpose of the show, just listen to our list. And if you like this list, then the 2 hours, 12 minutes, whatever it is, 2 hours, 20, won't feel that bad. Man, I really feel like we're upset, but it should be noted that the abrasiveness is part of this, and it's
a feature, not a bug.
Right. So if you feel kind of uncomfortable, that's kind of the point. So you kind of have to sit with that. So, here we've done it. We've turned you on to Big Black, hopefully. If not, that's okay. If you're a Big Black fan, feel free to jump in the comments and let us know what you would have done differently, like which songs would have made your list. Any way you want to do that would be appreciated, because let's be real, the algorithm is how the show grows, and you interacting with the show is how the algorithm sees me. So it would be appreciated if you would do that. Sharing is also caring, of course. So we are podcast sharing, commenting, liking, subscribing. All that stuff is super helpful. But to me, honestly, the best way is by telling somebody that you listen to the show. Hey, I listen to Deprogrammed, and you should too. And with that, Big Black, learn them and love them, people. We'll see you next week. Goodbye.